in front of me. To the families of the martyrs and the families of those who are in Camp Ashraf, I want to say on behalf of all of my friends who care about human rights that we have not forgotten you, and your cause is our cause, is the cause of democracy and human rights. To my friends in the State Department behind us, who continue to hold fast to an old policy that is supported by Tehran, you are on the wrong side of history. To Nouri al-Maliki, your brutal and deadly assaults on Camp Ashraf will land you in the International Criminal Court, where you will be held accountable. To the mullahs in Tehran, while all of us are waiting for the storm of Hurricane Irene bearing down on us, you, the mullahs in Iran, have a much bigger storm cloud gathering around you. The winds of change are blowing stronger than ever, and the tide of democracy and freedom is engulfing you. There's a new day dawning for the future of Iran, and the terrorists in Tehran better wake up.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends of the Iranian people, my dear compatriots, I salute all of you for taking part in the rally today. This is a rally against religious fascism. This is a rally for democracy in Iran, and this is a rally for Ashraf, that is the source of hope for the Iranian people. You are the true voice of the Iranian people. You represent the cry of the Iranian people for freedom. The Iranian people want regime change and nothing less. It is time for the U.S. to delist the PMI and side with the Iranian people, the Iranian resistance, and the residents of Ashraf. This list is a pretext for the mullahs for further suppression and execution in Iran. The Iranian people and Ashraf residents are paying the price of the delay in delisting the PMI with their blood. I would like to thank all our American friends in our struggle for freedom. You represent the genuine values of the Constitution of the United States. Your commitment to your values and support for the PMI and Iranian people has outraged mullahs and their allies in the U.S. and around the world. Your name will always be remembered in the history of my country as American freedom fighters alongside Ashraf residents. I also would like to thank the American friends of the Iranian people who have joined the rally today. Your presence demonstrates the desire of the American people to end making concessions to the Mullah regime. It sends a message of friendship to the Iranian people. I'm sure that we shall overcome together. God bless you and thank you all.
And I want to speak to the White House and the State Department today after seeing what the Maliki government has done 2 times in slaughtering innocent people at Camp Ashraf. I don't believe I could say the same thing to the parents of the fallen Pennsylvania Guardsmen. Did 4,500 American fighting men and fighting women die to set up a government that ignores human rights, that commits, as Senator John Kerry called it, a massacre at Camp Ashraf? Did the United States of America live up to its word? We as a country have a solemn duty when we give our word to live up to that word. We're here today for 2 reasons. One, to ensure that the residents of Camp Ashraf get the protection they deserve and that the U.S. lives up to its word. And secondly, to see that we can delist the MEK today. And what's even more amazing, folks, do you know Washington and this country right now is far too partisan. Republicans and Democrats bicker about everything. You couldn't get the United States Congress, the Republicans and Democrats, to agree that today is Friday. But over 100 representatives, Republicans and Democrats alike, have signed a resolution urging the State Department to delist the MEK. Senators Kerry and Levin, who are on our foreign affairs and military committees, have urged the delisting of the MEK.
Who is it that opposes the proposition that the MEK is not a terrorist organization? Well, there's a couple of contenders. There's the regime in Tehran, right? Have you heard one former respected or unrespected government official anywhere in the United States or any place else get up and say publicly that the MEK has terrorist tendencies? Is it a coincidence that no one of that tenure has approached you? No, of course not. You know, Governor Rendell spoke about it before. FBI director, we have CIA directors, we have the former Secretary of Homeland Security, whose officers are behind us protecting our rights here today. We have attorney generals, we have the head of the counterterrorism activity in the Department of State. We have ambassadors, we have several chairmen of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, we have the Commandant of the Marine Corps, we have the NATO commander. Do you think for 1 second that any of us would be up here saying that MEK was not a terrorist organization if for a moment there was a whiff of truth to that? Of course not. And as I said, no one except the powerful regime in Tehran has taken the opposite position. If you accept the proposition, I don't know if you do, but if you accept the proposition that I know a little bit about terrorism, do you? All right, well, I'll say it one more time. The MEK does not have a lawful or factual place on the Department of State list of foreign terrorist organizations. As you heard Governor Rendell say, the listing gives the Tehran regime a license to kill freedom fighters. And that's the important point that we make today to the White House and to the Department of State. Every moment that this organization is classified by the